Wepa.
Bueno.
I'm Jose.
I'm Rico.
I'm Peck.
You're changing it around with the song.
I'm just saying, you got Ricans in the title wrestle, so you
got Peck that goes,
Wait, you like the gringo set?
No, I gotta pull out the Rican on it. You know? And tonight, we're gonna be bringing you the Raw recap, the rant, tonight with Ranty Orton, and WWE trivia with the one, the only.
He walks alone inside his T-Rock's arms.
Rico. Guys, don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube. Follow us on social media, Twitter and Instagram, Ricans of Wrestling. And not to mention that we are the official Facebook and YouTube show for WrestlingNewsSource.com.
Yes.
So, tonight, the night after Roadblock on Saturday was pretty interesting. It was a good Raw. It was a pretty good Raw. I thought the follow-up was pretty good. So, let's recap it, dude. What do we got tonight?
Yeah, so the night started off with a tag team championship match. So once again, the New Day defending their titles against the League of Nations, but this time the other half of the League of Nations with Del Rio and Rusev.
I like that.
Right?
I like that.
Nice little change of this. I'm telling you, you're gonna...
No, not the New Day. Not the New Day.
Oh, I thought that's where you're going to go. You finally giving in. I was like, that's what's happening. So luckily the New Day still retained. This time it was Xavier Woods and Big E. So it looks like they're officially doing the Freebird roles now.
Letting all of them kind of just pick,
whichever two they want to defend the titles that night, they will defend it. So
keep it rocking, keep it moving. However, I still don't like it.
Even though you don't like it, they still walking out as tag team champs, even though they weren't walking out after the match. After the League of Nations just straight demolished.
They really did.
Talk about an ambush.
Bro. And like we were saying, like they're all starting to look like in better shape for the League of Nations. Like Rusev's starting to look more cut. Del came back.
Dude, Rusev is huge.
Bro. Yeah, his arms are nothing bigger. He's cut.
Sheamus, shredded. I mean, Wade Barrett.
He's big. Wade Barrett's always been in good shape.
Yeah, and then...
And Del Rio with the Latino Rock.
Right?
Yeah. Again, fucking take the words right out of my mouth.
So you know what? They are actually looking strong. At first, it's like, oh, we're not taking League of Nations seriously, but you know what? Maybe we should start taking.
Yeah, see, maybe you guys should stop doing the unicorn thing and do the.
I started doing this.
Whistle. I can't whistle, but woo!
Now, on that note, on the opening segment with New Day, they dropped a really solid promo.
Oh,
yeah,
they dropped a really solid promo. But now with this going on, do you think it's going to be? Do you think it's going to be another League of Nations tag match for the titles
at Mania?
Yeah.
Yes. As of now, yes.
Yeah, because who else is having that big of a pop?
True.
And you already have like the storyline heading into them calling them the League of Booty for weeks on end. Now it's actually starting to culminate to something.
Yeah.
Especially after the good match with Roadblock and the good match tonight,
and then the attack, and I mean it's a continue. It's a path of why wouldn't you?
Yeah. So my question is, are they gonna? If they actually do wind up winning the titles, are the League of Nations going to do the same thing with the Freebird rule too? Or are they going to try to
I don't see why not.
Is you got 4 strong guys that can defend those titles anyway.
Oh, yeah. All right. Here's the thing. Of those 4, who do you see in the title match at Mania? You know what I mean?
It's a good question.
I'll probably go Rusev and Sheamus.
Rusev and Sheamus?
That's actually
I was thinking Sheamus and Del Rio, but Del Rio I think is going to kind of like stay single set, but I like that.
Rusev Sheamus?
Yeah,
I like that. That's actually a pretty good combo.
It's a power rock.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a really good...
They're used to being teammates.
Yeah. They were a team before the League of Nations.
The only reason I wouldn't see that if they don't do Sheamus and Rusev will be Sheamus Del Rio, just so Rusev can be the singles guy at that point. Cause
you could
start pushing him, especially maybe a little bit
powerhouse
down the,
thing?
Yeah, down the road. Like,
Yeah.
You know, Ryback against
Right back
Rusev
Kevin
again.
Owens, maybe.
Kevin Owens
Yeah.
and Rusev, like you can have those.
Okay.
matches with
Yeah. I
these
see it.
one
Yeah.
out. So we'll see about that.
Dude.
Yeah. So we'll see how that develops as the weeks come on. Then
20 days, by the way.
20 days. Less than 3 weeks
Aren't
until
you believe that?
WrestleMania.
Dude, are you guys excited? Are you excited?
20 days, bro.
Yeah. Bruh.
Bro.
We might have a special guest appearance on the WrestleMania episode, but we'll let them know about that when we get closer.
Stone Cold.
Yeah, right? I wish. So then the next segment, we had Dean Ambrose that came into the ring.
Yes.
And then, of course, now that Roadblock is done, obviously Dean Ambrose held his own remarkably at Roadblock.
And his
He
promo
dropped
was
the
great. And his promo
we
tonight
knew
was
he was going to
great.
give a great promo tonight,
Yeah.
considering how that match went, until gets interrupted by who he's going to be facing.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Heyman.
Yeah. So, of course, Paul Heyman.
Good push,
trash,
good
as
push,
the best
good
is.
push to Mania.
Yeah.
So it looked like we might get a little brawl going on tonight, but Dean Ambrose had a friend also.
Dude,
The crowbar.
Big old crowbar, just pulling that out of his jacket area. I don't know where he just kept it there the whole time.
he actually reminded me of the first time we saw the Sledgehammer from Triple H.
What if that's his signature?
Well, it might be, but he might have a replacement, which he might have
Yeah,
later. But we'll see.
McFoley. Yeah, McFoley. McFoley was on tonight, and he gave him Barbie.
Gave him a nice little
Don't you miss
present.
her?
It was awesome because he brought him in a big red box,
In a big like Christmas present.
and then you see Dean Ambrose's face. He's like,
Oh, it was like the first time you ever get like a brand new bottle of like liquor. You're just like,
yes.
I'm gonna have fun with this.
yes.
Well, I wanted to ask you guys a question. So since McFoley gave Barbie to Dean Ambrose, does that kind of make Dean Ambrose the next McFoley?
I can see that.
Even though we've talked many times about him being a lot like Stone Cold and Bill Pullman and these guys.
You're talking about Dean.
Yeah. But we've also seen his indie matches and how bloody they can
yeah.
get. So with this passing of the torch, because it's kind of what it is, does that make him I mean, you can't replace McFoley, but does that make him kind of like in this category?
Yes, for the generation or the era that we're in right now, with the people that we have right now, he is like the closest thing.
He's the
to
only
McFoley
guy
that we
willing
have.
to go that far.
To take all those risks.
Right.
Like, again, like you were saying, in his indie matches, we saw all the stalls and all the tables and the glasses and all the stuff.
When you get a light broken over your face like Tommy Boy, bro.
So yeah, I can definitely see him essentially taking that torch from McFoley to be that next hardcore guy, like the epitome of hardcore right now.
Yeah.
Take it, run with it,
Yeah.
and use Barbie to smash it, right?
So we might have a guest appearance at WrestleMania in the street fight.
In the Hell in the Cell, no holds barred street fight.
What if Mick Foley showed up in all three characters as Dude Love early, right? Just to get a crowd pleaser. And then he comes back during the Dean Ambrose Lesnar match as Cactus Jack. And then he comes back during the Shane McMahon Undertaker match as Mankind. It's just like, remember me? Kind of thing.
Daddy! Because it was going to Vince McMahon. He was like, hey, Dad!
On a fun fact about Mick Foley, I mean, like, tonight's event was in Pittsburgh, and you guys remember what happened in Pittsburgh with Hell in a Cell? That killed him!
Oh.
That killed him! As God is my witness!
Yeah.
You know?
It's just funny how it all just comes together.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was great.
Yeah. Then the next match on the card, it was Ryback versus Sin Cara.
Yeah.
With Kalisto on the side.
The Mexican Batman.
Dude,
Yeah, with the ball
blacked out Sin Cara?
I liked it.
That's a pretty
Dude.
gangster match. I liked it.
I can't even take anything away from him. He looks gangster, bro.
I wasn't even mad. Like, I was sitting there like,
Alright.
own it.
Yeah.
Own it. Run with it.
So, of course, this was all about building up Ryback as the powerhouse that he is. So he wound up beating Sin Cara with the shell shock. But then he issued out a challenge right after the match, too.
Yeah. Immediately
Immediately challenging Kalisto to a match at WrestleMania for his U.S. Championship.
Now I want to say what he said verbatim because I found it super hilarious.
Yeah. Right.
This was one big good guy beating a little good guy. And that proves to you that size always matters.
Dude, on the money.
Right? All you have to do is get a lazy eye. Dude.
Right.
Good.
Or just do this all the time. Or even get like traps that are like up to your ears.
No neck syndrome.
Huge.
M&S.
M&S.
So, like we were saying before, that's more than likely probably that's going to be the match heading into WrestleMania.
Yeah.
I think that's his time to get the U.S. title, and then
absolutely
we'll see what happens forward.
All right.
So the next segment was another in-ring segment. This time it was Stephanie McMahon, and then Triple H came out. So they were dropping their promo, and then they get interrupted.
Surprisingly.
But all dressed sharp.
Dude.
It's all black with the paint. With the pink on.
On fleek.
Dolph Ziggler.
Did you see it coming?
I did not. I should have seen it coming because he came out last week with Stephanie McMahon and bitching and complaining that he wasn't
about
getting
that
any
tweet,
shots.
yeah.
And about the tweet.
Dude, but I mean,
But I didn't see him coming out. Like, I just didn't see it
when
coming.
his music hit, I was like,
Why not, though?
All right.
Why not?
No, I liked it. Like, look, I had no problems with it. But again, when his music hit,
All right. What's going to happen here?
I remember him. We were watching it, and we looked at each other like,
what's going on here?
So he wound up coming out, talking to them, and of course, he wants his shot. He wants to make more of a name for himself. And Triple H telling him, "Hey, if you align yourself with the right people, we can hook you up."
Kind of like the ultimatum that he did Reigns.
Yeah,
he should have taken the deal.
Right. I was like, "Hey, is he not like the next Seth Rollins until Seth Rollins gets back?" I mean, they could be the whole. They could be the golden truth, with the, or half golden,
or like the
black,
golden
whatever
shower.
you wear.
Jesus, come on, man.
So of course, Dolph Ziggler. I got it. So of course, Dolph Ziggler rejects that offer.
Of course he does.
However, they give him an ultimatum that you can get your shot at WrestleMania, any shot that you want, other than the WWE Championship.
Yeah.
Under one condition: you win a match tonight.
Against who else?
Against the Game.
Bang!
Time to play the game.
Triple H.
I kind of wish I had water right now. Just
his in-ring return in over 3 years.
3 years.
Because all he's done is pay-per-views.
And all he's done is shown up in suits. Mm-hmm. But, dude, he showed up and...
Well, I want to say his in-ring return, his Raw return.
Raw return. Yeah.
His in-ring Raw return.
Yeah,
combine it all together.
Yeah.
In-ring Raw return.
Hey, we knew we'd get there.
Yeah, we knew what we were talking about. So, of course, that was going to be scheduled for later tonight. The next match was Sami Zayn, officially part of the main roster.
Good match.
Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn. Yeah.
Look for the movie right there.
So he had a match against The Miz, which, of course, Sami Zayn won with the hell of a kick, which I want him to get something else, man.
He should get something else.
The kicks are...
It's a throw kick in the corner.
The kicks are taking over, though.
They are.
They really are.
It's just because you can hit out of nowhere, essentially.
Yeah.
That's the whole point.
Shawn Michaels proved that for years.
Oh, yeah. And that's what everybody...
That was 20 years ago. Dude.
Now everybody has a super kick as part of like one of their signature moves or in their arsenal to set up something else.
True.
Everyone from...
Because when you hit it, it's... Oh!
The Usos, Ziggler, Del Rio, everybody uses a sidekick now. And of course, we had Kevin Owens on commentary there. So, again, pretty much looks like it's going to be Sami Zayn's Kevin Owens heading into WrestleMania.
He just talks so much crap
about
Cole.
And then he's talking to JBL. He's like, "You're the best commentator ever, JBL."
I hate everybody. Byron, do you want me to take your life and job right now? And Byron's like, what? I didn't say anything.
He's just owning his heel character right now. And Michael Cole is
just
I love it. I love it. I love it.
But it's still
It's a
funny.
great gimmick, though. I mean, kill it.
Just keep making
Kill
it.
it.
Down. So we had our first Divas action. Right after that was Brie Bella and Alicia Fox versus Team Bad.
Yep.
And I believe Lana was on commentary.
Yeah, she came in. Actually, she wasn't on commentary. She was just as a spectator sitting on the edge.
Yeah, because she doesn't really talk. She's just like the extra eye cannon.
But yeah, she's just fueling more fire to
She's
that
the gas-
fever he
she's-
has
her
between her and
She's the
Brie.
gasoline waiting for the match to get
Yeah.
lit. Really, I mean, right? If you look at it, I mean,
Yeah.
all she's done is come down the ring, interrupt, talk trash, and drop Brie Bella with all of her own moves.
And this time she distracted Brie in the middle of the match.
Yeah.
Team Bad wound up doing whatever tag team move that is. I don't think.
Oh yeah, it was
like
it was kind of like a backdrop DDT or
Yeah.
something like that. It looked pretty good.
Executed flawlessly.
Yeah.
Executed flawlessly.
It looked pretty good. It looked pretty decent.
Because there's not that many Divas tag team moves like that, especially like a power move
I don't even
with the
think-
finesse move like
I
that.
don't even think I've ever seen a Divas tag move. Really, now we think about it, right?
You're actually
Other
right.
than like they both slap.
Yeah, I mean, like, okay, here, you grab her, here we go.
Yeah,
But I think
that's
that's
like
like
a
a finisher.
Yeah, like the Dudleys have the 3D, you know,
Yeah.
and
Yeah, essentially like all these other tag
yeah,
teams
and
have a
like
powerful
the
one.
great tag teams have had some sort of mixed together. Like that was the first time I think I've ever seen
Like how
a
to do like a power finish move like
Divas tag team power super move.
So it looks like Team Bad's gonna be like a team going forward. Would you
They're
ever see like a
supposed to be
tag
right
team
here.
division in the Divas side?
No, and I think it's actually a really good move. I really wasn't too fond of them earlier when they were put together, but the way that Naomi has really kind of evolved
Oh,
as a
dude.
performer,
Yeah.
and her
A lot better.
moveset, her agility,
Her character
and even
alone.
Tamina, she got rid of that little side braid shit, and she's
Yeah.
they're listen.
powerhouse.
Tamina's the powerhouse. The other,
You can tell they've been working
Naomi
together.
is doing well in the ring,
Yeah.
and I think they both can do well.
Play well for each other.
I would love to see a tag team championship for the women.
I would-
Bring it back.
This-
I was
this
thinking that too.
Keep bringing up more. When you bring in Asuka, bring in Nia Jax,
Yeah.
bring in Bailey.
Yeah.
You have all these girls, dude. you're gonna have
Especially
more
with,
than enough to do.
I mean, I don't want to go back to the whole super kick out of nowhere thing, but like they executed a double super
yeah, double
kick
super
to
kick, yeah.
Alicia Fox, and
While Lana was distracted.
while Lana was standing
Yeah.
there. So that brings me a question to you guys. Do you remember when they first brought the whole Revolution, Team Bad, and you know all that together?
Yeah.
You kind of see like maybe Team Bad kind of like, come on, Lana, like.
That's a good
We
point.
got bad blood against them too.
That's a
Come
good
on.
point because in the backstage,
There was a backstage segment.
There was a-
Yeah,
backstage
when they were all
segment.
three together.
yeah,
Yeah, because it was Paige, and then
That's just
Paige was getting interviewed.
It's an
and
idea.
That's
I
when
don't know.
Lana interjected. So it looked like maybe we might see like her.
I wouldn't mind seeing that either.
Her
maybe like
first
a
match.
pushover match, maybe.
It looks like like Paige is the one that's going to help develop
yeah.
the next person.
Like,
Like,
we
she's
haven't
going to
seen
help
Paige in a
develop
while either.
Lana.
You know,
Yeah.
So
So it looks like we might see like Paige versus Lana. It's like that's your trial match.
Like a
I think,
Like
that, might, I
SmackDown,
think that
though?
might be on SmackDown.
I was gonna say like,
Like
SmackDown, or
SmackDown?
maybe
because just in case if it doesn't go well.
Again, like we said, televised. No,
Yeah.
it's not going to be on live TV.
Yeah.
You're going to get your first match on SmackDown.
Yeah.
We're going to see. And
I was
why
thinking,
not?
I was thinking a possibility of maybe even like a preview show match, but
No,
looking into the ideas of where we all just kind of like brainstormed right there.
Yeah.
No. First match.
So does that mean? What do you think? Do you think they're going to use Paige to put over Lana so that way Lana can get a push?
I think and I think it's a smart move just because of how well Paige is, like
Well,
how good
round
she is
two, yeah.
in the ring.
It seems like she's the
technical.
go-to person now.
I don't know,
for that.
she's like the women's Big Show, just not as big.
Yeah,
because
in a way.
Whatever
Big Show-
they need her to do, like
Bingo.
be the face at the time, like the major face, the major heel,
Bingo.
be the
She's there.
push. Like she can fill any
You know
of
she
these
lives
roles.
like down the street from here.
Bro.
I'd love to have her on an episode. Paige,
we can
if you ever
throw-
watch this, please
Please be a plus one.
Please be a plus one.
I think he might
on our
have
Ricans of Wrestling.
I think he was might have trying to say.
You can be an honorary Rican for a day.
Please.
Please come
Good
with
save.
me.
Yeah.
Okay, we both got his back on that. So, I know you don't want to mention it, but I was just going to put there anyway. There was another live commercial with the Social Outcast. So, not only do we...
No, it was a social moment.
The social moment with the social outcast. So, not only are they selling for Subway, but now they're doing Burger King commercials, too.
Because last week was the It wasn't Social Outcast that they had.
No, that was Natalia.
That was Natalia. Yeah.
What was it? WWE did with
They're picking out like lower bowl like.
These guys aren't getting TV time. Let's give it to them.
Yeah. So that means next Monday Arby's. We can expect an Arby's commercial.
You got the meat.
Carlsberg or something.
Yeah. It's gonna be like with El Dorito or something like that.
Can you imagine if
someone
It's
just sort of like
Hornswoggle and him next to each other, like which one's bigger?
They got all the meats. Yeah, they're just competing the two on who's gonna get it first. So again, there was like a lot of backstage segments when it came to the divas.
Yeah,
because not only was it Paige and then Lana interrupting, but they also did another interview with Charlotte, again talking about Becky Lynch and Sasha, how they were all friends before, and how now it's completely different because now it's all down to business. So we know that's going to lead off, to a good match, a great match, more likely at WrestleMania.
And then Ric Flair talking smack on top of that.
Yeah,
the Nature Boy, the dirtiest
doing
player
what
in
he
the game.
does.
Now he's got the dirtiest daughter in the game. Think about it. It's weird. That sounds weird.
I know what you mean. It is true
though.
It still sounds kind of
dirtiest diva in the game.
That didn't make it better.
So slutty.
That's worse
in the game. Just like, do I want to touch you? Am I going to get gonorrhea? Gonna suffer hepatitis.
Dude. He thought about that one too.
Speaking of gonna suffer hepatitis.
What? How do you segue
that? It's a social outcast.
You're killing me right here, bro.
They had a better.
We're gonna assimilate social outcasts.
I tried. There was no way I could go from that.
Segue from gonna suffer hepatitis.
So I tried, but anyway,
check your doctor's listings.
It's nothing bad against you. I like the social outcast.
I do too.
But it was the social outcast against the Usos. This time, social outcast, they were represented by Bo Dallas and Adam Rose.
Yeah.
And
Mongoose.
The Radical Mongoose. And Dudley Boys were on commentary. Of course, talking about them.
They were just
the greatest tag team champions
of
all time.
They are.
9-time tag champions.
Give them the 10th.
Yeah.
Give them the 10th because if you think about it, a lot of...
Yeah, but you gotta give them the 10th to retire.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh,
a lot of the heavyweights. I mean, Triple H 14, Nature Boy 16, John Cena 15. Yeah, give them the double digits
before they go.
And then be like, hey, you guys have already earned your stripes well before coming back to the WWE.
Like they're just gonna coast as trainers.
Yeah,
they have so much knowledge.
Dude,
so much
they got a school down in Kissimmee, so
they got their school
down there.
Yeah. Hey, maybe we could do like an episode from this sometime. We'll see. Yeah, we'll figure that out. But the Usos wound up getting the win over the Social Outcast. Obviously, again, adding more fuel to the fire between Dudley's and Usos, so they'll probably end up having a match. If not WrestleMania, at least somewhere.
Usos killing it with the gold.
What if they do Usos, Dudley's, League of Nations, and New Day?
No.
Fatal 4-way at WrestleMania.
No.
Why not?
Nope.
I feel like they would do that to get more names onto the card by having the Dudleys and the Usos.
Because it does. I mean, this is just me because since we're talking about the Usos and we're talking about the Dudleys,
absolutely.
I just feel that if you just have a match between Dudleys and Usos at WrestleMania, what's the point?
Yeah,
you can do that. You can do that on a Monday Night Raw. You can do that on a
pre-show.
Yeah. So if you bring those, the four tag teams together.
But what's they gonna do? Two of them don't have a push.
At this point, you know what? Just give them a Texas Tornado tag. Like just have everybody be
match
in the ring. So and the entire teams.
Oh yeah!
At that point, have all three New Day, have all 4 League of Nations.
Yeah.
If you can't find a match for Barrett and for Del Rio, if they're not the ones, representing League of Nations at WrestleMania, have them in the match.
It's really hard. Throw it all in there
instead of just having on the side and interfering with the match. Just have everybody go out and just make an elimination match.
Yeah.
You can either do it by team or by individuals if they want to take up a lot of time, but more by teams. But why not? That's not a bad idea. Make sure we get more people on the card.
Just spitting some words out there.
We'll see. And then right after the match was the segment that we had just talked about earlier with Mick Foley and Dean Ambrose and handing off Barbie. So very symbolic, like you were saying, like handing off the torch of the Extreme, in the sense of
funny
where it is right now.
When Dean Ambrose looked over and was just like, "What are you doing here?" I was like, "All right, Roman Reigns just showed up again," and then all of a sudden I was like, "Okay, Mick Foley's here. What the hell are you doing here?"
Yeah, He's just making sure people remember him.
Check out my book. Check out my book.
Showing people I'm still relevant.
Bang, 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 bang.
Bang, bang!
He's crazy, but remember me? Essentially. So after that segment, we finally got the match between Dolph Ziggler and Triple H.
Hell of a match.
That was another solid match.
Hellacious match.
Kill it match.
Oh, man. So many times, yeah. It's a little excited there. So there were many times that we thought that Dolph Ziggler might actually pull off the upset.
Yeah.
So many times.
Dude, he hit big move after big move after big move in a row.
And Triple H, still like you were saying, they were trying to do the Shawn Michaels, like the very last second.
Because you know, a lot of the times when they're doing the 1-2, you see the guy's eyes open, and then like the older guys know, like it's 1, 2.
You know the cadence, yeah. You know the cadence.
Yeah.
You know exactly what to get.
I like those because it's just like you're on the edge of your seat. You know, you're actually doing the 1, 2. Oh, you know.
Yep. So unfortunately, it looks like Dolph Ziggler might not get his WrestleMania shot, or with
his choice.
I think they're
give him another match. It's not going to be his choosing.
I was thinking they might give him another opportunity on SmackDown.
Now,
if they do, it's going to be
because that was a good. No, because it was a great match.
Speaking of Ziggler,
yeah,
and speaking of Triple H and Reigns. I know I talked to you guys a little bit earlier about this, about possibly having Ziggler, but something else just came into mind right now. Do you remember earlier last year, Roman Reigns was approached the same exact way that
the ultimatum kind of thing?
The ultimatum.
Yeah.
Hey, we can give you a push. You just have to
join the authority.
If you have the right people backing you.
Yeah. Oh.
So, what do you think of Ziggler getting a push after Mania? What do you think if once Reigns is done, they give him the belt, because they're going to give him the belt.
Yeah, he's walking out.
They're going to give him the belt. What if Ziggler's going to be that next guy? Even though he's not getting that push right now, but what if it's setting up? It's putting it into our minds. Okay. You're going with the authority. You're going against the authority. Same storyline as Reigns, but Ziggler's a much more talented wrestler.
Yeah.
So
kind of like what you said earlier.
So what do you guys? How do you guys feel about that though? Like, I just brought that up.
No. It's like he touched on earlier with the whole potential of the ultimatum thing too. With Triple H bringing that up and him being
taking it. Like I get that Dolph Ziggler's trying to be that baby face, and he was always going to go back to the Survivor Series when he was the lone survivor against the authority and all that stuff. But yeah, why not have him do a heel turn and have him actually join the authority?
Talk about an epic heel turn, though, dude.
That'd be cool.
Because last time he did it, it was kind of like it felt like a childish kind of heel.
Yeah,
when it was him, AJ Lee.
He was afraid to own it.
Yeah, and then it took that, and then he finally went babyface, and that's when he finally got the heavyweight title before he got
which he held out for what, like 2 weeks?
Until Jack Swagger wound up kicking him.
Nosotros, la gente.
And that was it. And it was pretty much just been like babyface Ziggler since then. So why not? Why not now? Especially that he's learned a little bit more. He's always been talented.
Yeah, he's grown.
And especially with this match with Trips tonight. Tripp is such a good educator in the ring.
Yeah, live.
He's definitely a general.
Yeah.
So you can tell when he's teaching him in the ring. You can tell.
Oh, you can see it.
Like when he had him in the headlock, you saw Triple H pull down, but then he let go, come back in, get the instructions, pull down back again, come up.
Yeah.
So it was just so smooth in the way that he was teaching Ziggler.
Yeah.
Different.
But that's the thing. That's the thing. It's so Triple H has 23 years. Dolph Ziggler has what, 10?
It might be Ziggler here.
I don't see why not. He's already kind of got like an HBK kind of essence to him, so it's like combining HBK with Triple H. Like
absolutely
having that skill set of Shawn Michaels with the knowledge of Triple H.
And you remember the matches that Triple H and Shawn Michaels used to have when they were feuding back in 98 to 2002. I mean, dude, those were epic matches.
It'll be interesting.
But yes,
we'll see. We'll see if this is Ziggler's year. However, currently it's still a year of the Roman Empire, who returned tonight.
Dude.
This time, coming down the stairs.
Loved it.
As we all,
the
thought.
entrance,
It's like, is he finally going to change? Is something to be different? He finally came down the ramp again this time. Hopefully this is continuous. It doesn't change. With the stone
face
look like I'm about to just wreck your shit.
That's exactly what he needs to do.
And that's what he's needed.
Talk about owning it.
But the city, though.
I was super disappointed on how
not just
the
city,
response.
the universe.
I enjoyed it. I actually enjoyed seeing Roman coming back and whooping ass.
Change of pace.
Because we knew this is what he needed, and he finally did it.
Yeah.
And no one accepted it.
And he still got booed.
Bro.
So, what do you think? Do you think that even if he turns heel, he's still going to get booed?
Well, I mean, every time someone turns heel, initially they always get booed, but then they reel that crowd back in because they're like, oh, he's a badass, so let's go on the badass side, you know? Because everyone loves an adventurous thing.
Yeah. To me, I think a lot of it has to do with the city itself, because we all know Philly can be an extremely smart crowd. Like they are smart. So
like Orlando,
I could assume that they will come down if it's any show that they have in Pennsylvania, that they'll travel and still go to the shows.
Yeah, yeah.
It feels like we finally got what we wanted to see, and WWE just can't win for losing with Roman Reigns. They can try with anybody else and it'll work, but it's like us saying, you know what, he needs to do this, and then when he does, it's like, you know what, I still don't like him anyway. I'm just gonna boo him, even though we know this is what he needs to do, and we like this. We're gonna boo just because it's him, just because we know what they're trying to do. So it feels like WWE can't win for losing in this situation.
Especially there.
Yeah,
in a smart
like when they come,
environment like that.
I think he might be cursed. I think it's a Samoan dynasty thing. You know, I think since he was handpicked
so much
from the Anoa'i dynasty family,
and they showed him being past a torch, essentially.
Because the guy is good. The guy's great in the ring. He's got a lot of technicality.
Absolutely,
he's very marketable.
He is.
Yeah. Dude, he is a walking promo.
He really is, but
that just can't live.
For some reason, he is not resonating with the WWE universe.
And that's what's weird.
I think it's they're trying to do an anti-Cena. Like, we know what they're trying to do, but this time we're not going to allow it to happen because the audience is smart.
The audience is expecting it, just like we're expecting, just like what we're calling it right now. We always, for the past 6 to 8 months, we wanted Roman Reigns to
do this.
And he's finally doing it, and we're like,
yeah.
But then they didn't like it for some reason.
Even though he came out, just beat down on Triple H.
He broke a TV on
from the ring, bro, backstage. When the TV still plugged in, he didn't have the decency to take out the cords.
The blood.
Triple H cut on his head. Bro, it took him, even all the officials kept trying to break him up.
When's the last time
he pushed officials, broke
When's
tables?
the last time you've seen a backstage brawl?
It's been a while.
It's been Brock and Undertaker.
That was just an all-out fight, though. Yeah. Like, it was just like, I'm going to kill you. I don't care if I go to jail. I don't care if the cameras are rolling.
You're going to have to.
The only thing I could see would have made it better had he snapped on everybody and just like you said.
When he would have done that, when he would have gotten the pop.
Lay out Jack Swagger.
Especially his own family.
If he would have laid all of them out, he would have gotten the pop.
Dude.
He definitely would have gotten that pop.
That's the
we would have exploded watching.
Because then it's like, all right, the Ooses, yo, Oos, calm down. Not like this, Oos.
No. It was more like, Oos, no. You know?
So, we'll see if this is going to play anything into the storylines. Like, maybe are they going to be really hesitant now about the main event at WrestleMania and decide they want to change it up? This is not the best way that
I think it's going to be one of those, like, during the match.
Social media is going to be buzzing, so I'll be keeping a lookout for that.
So, so we'll find out about that. So, after that highlight, kind of got to bring it back down.
Way down.
However, it's been announced that Jacqueline is now going to be inducted into the 2016 class for the Hall of Fame.
Remember the powerbomb that
I was just about to ask. Best memories of Jacqueline. I was just about to ask best memories of Jacqueline. Damn it, you beat me to the punch.
Yeah, President's all
I was going to say, that takes the cake right now.
You can't super
Or when she Hurricane Rana, Jerry Lawler, and he sat up and goes,
oh, Jerry.
Oh, man. Puppies, dude.
Oh, man.
And she had puppies, dude.
Now, you know how to really good promo tonight? Y2J.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he came out. It felt kind of like an impromptu match because
It did.
it felt like that was kind of like the main event. You know, having adults say, that's normally how they would end a Raw, sometimes even a SmackDown. But of course, we knew there was another segment coming in later.
Yeah.
So I kind of like put in this match. So it was Y2J versus Neville. So again, another solid technical match with Y2J actually losing by DQ because now he's so angry,
Dude.
inciting everybody. Everyone's supporting AJ.
When's the last time you've seen a wrestler push a referee and the referee
Calling
pull
it
the
DQ,
trigger?
yeah, finally getting called a DQ. Everyone's always pushing wrestlers.
Last time I think we've seen that was Triple H, Shawn Michaels.
It's been a while.
No, it's been more recent. There's been some shoving of referees.
But it's just to the extent that they call DQ and after like a push. It's a bit much.
Hey,
but
man.
yeah. But all it was is to really incite more heat for Chris Jericho, continuously calling out AJ after the match too. And then, of course, the phenomenal one returns.
They didn't do his full music, though. You were mad. You were mad.
No blankets out of nowhere tonight. He was all busy.
He was so mad, though, too. He's like, here's a cut. He's like, damn.
He's not doing it. But he came out dropping the phenomenal forearm, as it's now officially called. I think that's really what the segment was about, is, hey, these guys are feuding, remember that. But now we have a name for this move that we all like.
He calls it the phenomenal forearm.
Does he? Or do you do that? Now we're all doing it.
Do you guys see a special match at Mania between the two?
Oh, yeah, it has to be.
It has
Special, like speculation?
There has to be. I don't know. That'd be interesting. I mean, Iron Man match, maybe. Submission match. I mean, we talked about that.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see. And then the final segment of the night, which they've been alluding to from the beginning, was The Undertaker confronts the McMahons, Shane and Vince.
So glad it wasn't 7 minutes of freaking music.
At least.
Undertaker actually stayed in the ring.
I was so glad when he actually stood in the ring longer than before. He didn't even say anything, but he actually just stood there.
He was part of the whole promo this time.
He was literally like, okay, guys, we got a record.
Like, all right, that was an actual.
I'm here for the long run.
Yeah. So again, it was Vince talking about he's using his most dangerous, devastating tool that he has, Undertaker, against Shane. So of course, Undertaker comes out, and Vince telling him, "Oh, don't you ever put your hands on me again."
He's like, well, after saying that, I immediately regret what I said.
So
there's something you need to think about, but there's also something I need to think about. So let's just do it at the same time.
Let's keep going. Let's just digress from that situation. So of course Shane O'Mac comes out and he cuts his promo. A couple studies. It looks like he was still a little nervous or a little bit like hyped up.
I think it was happening. Yeah.
You're gonna hit me, and I'm gonna miss you.
And I'm gonna hit
you. So he basically did kind of like the whole James Bond villain thing, where he kind of laid out the plan against the Undertaker, saying that he's going to outwork him.
I shall break you, then remake you.
Yeah, he's gonna dodge him, then he's gonna make him overwork himself, and then the key thing was his heart.
He sounded like an MMA.
He's gonna dodge it.
Hey, I dodge. That's just a Houlihan.
So of course he incited the Undertaker by saying, "Oh, you're like a little puppet," or more like you're Vince's bitch. And of course, as soon as that happened, Undertaker was
I got chills when that happened.
Yeah, I was just waiting for him to say it. And he said, "It was like, ooh, that's not good, bro."
You don't
say that.
You don't say that.
So of course, Undertaker attacks, but Shane, true to his word, started dodging some of the attacks until Vince pushes him into Undertaker, and they get chokeslammed.
But then did you see after the chokeslam, Vince was like, Undertaker looked at Vince was like, bro, I got this.
Hey, you know you done messed up, right?
Yeah.
So he starts walking towards Vince. Vince like lands.
It was like a belly flop.
He didn't land on his feet. He landed on his stomach. And then they
I'm on my knees in a $900 suit.
It's like when it's in the beer bag.
Oh man, good old days right there.
Oh.
Good lord.
So that was all wrong.
So how many koozies does Raw get tonight?
I'll give it a 6.
I'm giving it a 7.
I agree, 7.
You should do 6.5, man.
No, I don't like half koozies, man.
You don't want this one half of the koozie? Brought to you by Unfazed.
I mean, like
Nice plug.
the front half, but not of a koozie.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I wonder what Randy Orton has to say about tonight's Raw.
I'm sure he has something to say,
He was
especially
like,
with Undertaker and Triple
call
H.
me when he's like here or something. Cause,
I text you every time, and
Sorry.
every time I text you,
Normally I'm driving.
I tell you,
Don't break
Randy
the
Orton
rules.
is on his way
Don't break the rules
to
when you're
do
driving.
the
You
rant.
gotta get here like dumb early. because
Yeah.
dumb early.
Ranty's got stuff to do, bro. He's got beers to drink. He's got things to complain about. So he's got to get here early.
He's got rants out of nowhere to drop.
Mm-hmm.
So
Let's hear from him.
let's hear from Randy Orton.
Let's do it.
I got one thing to say about this goddamn Ryback. Why in the hell you gonna pick on the little people? You sound like Kevin Owens picking on the goddamn Michael Cole. Leave Kalisto alone, man. Why don't y'all two just beat the hell out of each other? Damn. It's like Lana when she comes out. She's talking that trash in a nice little dress, calling out Brie. Bitch, get in the ring, man. Damn. Stop wasting everyone's goddamn time. You just like that BS. Why the hell wouldn't Undertaker whoop the hell out of Vince McMahon? You acting like his goddamn puppet right now. Poopity, poopity, poopity. Beat his ass. Beat his ass. Not his son's ass. Everyone knows he don't even want his goddamn son no more. Alright. My biggest thing. I like this, but I don't like it. Which means I really don't like it. Is Triple H, you got your ass kicked at Roadblock. Dean Ambrose ran your ass over. But you want to talk more trash about him? And then you just want to keep going on and on and on and on? But then Dolph Ziggler comes out of nowhere. Dolph Ziggler come out. Triple H, you ain't been in the goddamn ring for 3 years on Raw, and then all of a sudden you come out, and then you just want to start running your mouth, and then Stephanie gets in the ring, of course, like she always does. Bullshit. Leave it alone. Save it for the pieces. I'm going to end on this. I got 3 questions, and they all start with the same letter. Why? Why in the hell won't they just make the R-Truth, Golden Truth happen? Y'all see it. Y'all like it. I like it. Why not go with it? Why? I'm out.
All right, guys. So that was Randy Orton. So now and finally, it is time for WWE Trivia and Dream Bookings with Rico. So, what do you got lined up for us tonight, bro?
All right. So as you guys may or may not know, this Thursday is St. Patrick's Day.
Bam, bam.
That's why we're wearing the green.
I was going with pink.
I know you were.
It's not October, bro.
You just missed out on Ranty. So with that being said, I figured today we'll do something the Irish.
Green.
So we actually have some trivia on Irish wrestlers.
Okay.
Irish wrestlers. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, no preparation for this one.
no.
All right.
Not at all.
Hey, bro. Turn on the thinking cap.
So on the diva side, we have one diva that is Irish.
Becky Lynch.
That is correct. That's not
Yes.
the question, but good
Oh,
job.
damn it. I was like, yeah.
So, who did Becky Lynch actually wrestle for her first televised NXT taping?
Oh.
It is a current diva.
That is
Which one?
Is she the on the main roster?
Charlotte.
Yes.
Wait, yes to his question
Yes,
or
it
yes
is.
to my answer?
Not to yours. So not Charlotte.
The only other person.
She wrestled Bailey.
Summer
No.
Rae.
Oh, really?
Summer Rae?
Oh, really?
Summer Rae was the first
Wow.
televised NXT match. So that was for the diva. I had to throw her in there.
Zero.
Keep her
Zero. Got it.
All right.
I thought
So-
you said yes to my answer, and I was
No,
like,
I know.
dude,
I-
it's starting off hot, man.
I know you were
So
devastated.
you
As soon as he told you no.
I was like,
He's like,
Oh.
damn it, epic fail.
So, one thing we associate with St. Patrick's Day is leprechauns. And there was a famous leprechaun of sorts in the WWE.
Ooh.
So, Hornswoggle. What was his first ring name before he was called Hornswoggle?
Dink the Clown.
Damn it. Not WWE.
Oh, God.
short stack.
No.
The Little Bastard.
Yeah.
Finley and the Little
Yes.
That's right.
'Cause
That's right.
He used to hit
He
people
was
with
Vince
the
McMahon's
freaking-
illegitimate son. I forgot
He
about
used to
that.
hit the people with the shillelagh.
And he was also...
Shillelagh.
he was actually
Shillelagh.
revealed as the anonymous Raw manager.
Yeah.
Hiding underneath
Yeah,
the laptop. After that whole thing.
Dude, that was...
The
Do
anonymous
you miss
Raw
that?
manager.
Do you miss the Raw?
Uh-uh.
Not the honest one. Sometimes I miss having the general manager. We'll see if we ever get to the brand splitting. We'll see if that happens again.
Yeah.
All right. So the interesting fact that I found out about Hornswoggle, and I didn't really realize until I started doing the research.
He's not Irish.
Yeah, but he's a leprechaun. That's why it associates him with this. Okay.
He's actually 4 foot, which is considered a dwarf.
You know what? It's my theme, my questions, right? So, fun fact about Hornswoggle: he was the last cruiserweight champion.
Yeah.
He was the last person to hold the belt before they vacated, before they retired.
Now I gotta go cruiserweight here.
So, yeah, so he actually won the belt at the Great American Bash in 2007. Who did he pin for it? Not who was champion, but who did he pin for it?
American Bash 2007 was.
He pinned Chavo Guerrero.
No.
Almost.
Oh.
He was the champion heading into the
Eddie
match.
Guerrero.
Oh. No, he was dead by that time already, right?
It was Jamie Noble.
Jamie.
And
JG Security.
So the match started like whoever was in the ring was going to be part of the match. So it started off with Chavo, the champion, Jimmy Wang Yang, Shannon Moore, Funaki,
Remember Shannon
and Jamie
Moore?
Noble. It just so happened that he like snuck in, so he was in the ring when they announced the match, so he was part of it. So he like hid, and then at the end he like slid in, covered Jamie Noble, and walked out. So he wound up being the cruiserweight champion, and he was the last cruiserweight champion because of the whole McMahon storyline that it wasn't safe for him to compete being a champion, so he had to relinquish the belt, and that's how they got rid of that.
You imagine if there was Twitter back then, and you know the Thug Life memes. that would have been a perfect Thug Life meme for Hornswoggle. Like,
just give him the belt,
like cap him, and then
have the belt be half his size. Give him the Thug Life glasses.
Half the size? I think the belt was taller.
Was his size? I think it was his size. All right, so now taking it to another Irish superstar, Finlay debuted in the WCW in 1995. What ring name did he debut under before he became Fifth Finlay?
The Irritable Irishman.
Almost.
Oh!
Kind of.
Okay.
I got nothing.
The Belfast Bruiser.
Belfast
Bruiser. Yeah.
Belfast
He was going to partner up. No, I remember.
Because they want to make him that
up with what you call it? William Regal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's actually that's good. That actually kind of plays in later.
Yeah. Sorry. Didn't mean to move ahead.
No, because the next question: Finlay had one reign as U.S. champion in WWE. Who did he beat for it, and what stable was he a part of at that time?
Who did he beat? What year was that?
This
Finlay. That should be like
2009. If I'm not mistaken. 2008. Something like that.
He was part of it.
When he
Rey Mysterio?
No.
No? Okay.
Wait. What was the question?
Who did Finlay beat for the U.S. title?
For his one and only
His
U.S.
only
title
time.
run. And then what stable was he part of?
Stable?
I thought back up on this like, oh wow, I
don't
vaguely
know.
remembered it.
I don't even
I
know.
can't think of him being in a stable, but he beat Takamichi Noku.
Bobby Lashley.
Bobby?
That's what.
Wait, the UFC TNA guy
for the
U.S.
U.S.
Championship. He beat Bobby Lashley, and at this point, he was feuding with him when he was part of King Booker's court. And that's when he was. That's when William Regal.
Okay.
Yeah, all those guys. So now to a more recent one, which we all either hate or love, Mr. Sheamus. Who did Sheamus beat in the finals of the 2010 King of the Ring to become King Sheamus?
King Sheamus earned his.
That was only 6 years ago. Man.
Earned his court
MVP.
No, he was part of the tournament, but
That's a
he
good
didn't.
guess,
It was on a
dude.
different
That's
part of
a
the
good guess.
bracket.
Chavo.
John Morrison.
Oh, and he was still there. Yeah.
Yeah, he had beat John Morrison.
We are both 0 for 0 today, bro.
When's the last time you paid attention to Irish stat wrestling?
I'm not gonna give you guys but I'm not gonna give you the easy one.
I don't want the easy one.
Who did he beat for his first WWE Championship?
Anybody? 18 seconds.
WWE. John Cena table match. The TLC.
It was a joke, dude.
And last question.
I mean, I was so serious.
All right, final question. Sheamus made his WWE pay-per-view debut at Survivor Series of 2009.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually wound up winning it for his team. Whose team was he on, and who were they against?
People power.
No.
He was. Let's see. He debuted as a heel, if I remember correctly, and he was a heel for a while. So I'm gonna go.
So he was on the heel team.
So I'm gonna go. He was on the heel team.
So who?
So was Orton in that team?
No.
He was not.
Or was it Jack Swagger?
He was on the team with Jack Swagger. Yes.
Okay, so Jack Swagger, Sheamus. There's 3 more.
Well, who led the team? I'll give you the point of view then.
That's okay.
Captain.
Who was the actual captain of the team? And it wasn't Sheamus or Jack Swagger.
Awesome.
Batista. No.
The Miz.
The Miz.
Team Miz.
So the Miz was on there. So that's 3.
Who was? Yeah. You forget. One is not currently wrestling in WWE.
Shelton Benjamin.
No.
Dude, good guess.
And who else?
One we
Edge.
just saw tonight.
We saw tonight?
This is 2009,
We saw tonight.
and he was
The Real.
heel at that point.
No, I'll tell you the Real didn't make his debut until like 2011. Oh, dude, I can't even think about it. I really can't.
So the Team Miz, the other.
Hold on. You didn't make his guess.
Oh no,
You forfeit. Okay.
No, I made my. That's a people
Yeah.
power.
Oh, okay.
As a team.
Okay.
So this was Team Miz versus Team Morrison.
Oh,
They had been tag champs. They did the Dirt Sheet podcast thing, or like the web series thing. They wound up splitting.
when you stick
When
him
they
out
went-
with a fucking fedora.
Yep. When they split, Miz won the U.S. Championship. Morrison won the IC title, but they still beat. So as part of Survivor Series, because they had 3 Survivor Series matches that night, they each had their own team. So Team
That was
Miz,
when it was ECW SmackDown.
it was still branded. Yeah.
It was still brand split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was Miz, Drew McIntyre was the other one. Shelton Benjamin, Sheamus, Dolph Ziggler, and Jack Swagger. So it was 6-on-6 against John Morrison's Matt Hardy, Evan Bourne, Shelton Benjamin, and Finley. Sheamus pinned Finley to eliminate him. So that was ending this trivia with the Irish on Irish elimination. So it kind of all tied together.
Yeah. And
This
that's
is
gonna be
why.
the trivia.
This is why he does the trivia,
That's why
because
he does the trivia.
he's like I'm gonna find a way to lock it all in together at the end, dude.
Yep. What about dream booking? Did we think of anything tonight?
There
Do
really,
you want to see anything?
there really wasn't anything like that stood out.
Here's what I
tonight.
have.
So yeah, go ahead, drop.
Here's what I have, and it's not really a dream booking. And this is for our, this is
impromptu.
No. This is not even us making an announcement.
Okay.
This is for our viewers. So, Rico and I were talking the other night about setting up a bracket.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Now,
Okay.
the bracket can be in different categories. It could be best tag team, best diva, best WWE champion, best wrestler, best giant, whatever. What I want you guys to do, leave a comment below and tell us what 16 wrestlers would you put in a bracket for best WWE champion of all time.
So like a bracketology thing, because it is March.
So,
Madness.
so what I want you guys to do is I want you guys to leave a comment with your top 16 pick. Put them down there. And we,
Of all time?
of their choice,
Oh, so
of their choice,
now, then, hold on, yeah.
then what we're going to do, we're going to break it down. And we're going to come in, and then we're going to come out with a video explaining why we picked who the most iconic or best wrestler of all time is according to the bracket. So leave a comment below on the comment section. Let us know who do you want on your bracket. We'll put it in there. And
So you want to say like a WWE bracketology thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
So as part of the dream booking, we can use that.
Yes.
And have the brackets.
Dude.
That's perfect
So-
for March dream booking. Yes.
Since we're in March,
Let us know.
March Madness, let's use the brackets to our advantage.
That's all right.
So,
I like it.
with that last note, that's it for tonight, guys. I'm Jose.
And I'm Rico.
And I'm Peck.
And make sure you guys follow us on social media, Ricans of Wrestling. Subscribe to the little button down there. Click on it. Like us on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. But for now, that's just a wrap. So we'll see you la próxima vez.
Y fuera.
Hasta lunes.